guys. So we get into the beauty, and this is another great one by Ryan Murphy. Definitely the pilot pulled me in. I think one of the key things here is you just jump into action. Now, I don't know where Ryan Murphy's pulling from, but I'm gonna have to get into it. So we start off with the character Ruby, played by Bella Hadid. She's a supermodel. She goes on this like rampage because the first thing you notice is like she's thirsty, so she start kicking all kind of butt. You can see her Ruby outfit look like Eon Flux or Ultraviolet type mix. Uh, Her mind is set on one thing: water. And if you can't give her water, she beating you down. Point blank simple. You see her, she goes, she gets fulfillment from throwing her face into the toilet. Even that ain't enough. So long story short, she come go back outside. Police surrounding her. Eyes start leaking. I don't know if it's blood or just a fluid, but it doesn't look good for her. After that, she's surrounded by cops. Then, I guess more impactful. This happens. I don't want to give it away, but you can kind of guess. Like I don't know what Ryan Murphy was going for, especially on this opening scene. But again, he had me hook, line, and sinker. Then we get to my boy Evan Peters. His character is Cooper Madison, and as well as Rebecca Hall. She's playing Jordan Bennett in this film in this series. So they have kind of like a weird Agent Mulder and Scully relationship, probably the relationship that we all probably thought Agent Mulder and Scully had during the times of the X Files. But they really sell it. They do good. We transfer on to Jeremy, played by Jeremy Pope. This guy is, well, this isn't Jeremy Pope, but the character, the result of his transformation is Jeremy Pope. So we'll kind of get to hear this guy is kind of like a loner. This is the scene I love the most. His mother's kind of like Charlie Brown voice. You don't really hear, but he gets a little tidbit from a chat. Hey, go to this place. They'll make you look great. And he follows that advice. So, long story short, uh, we transfer to Agent Mulder and Scully again. They're now checking you know, the results of Ruby and her, what happened to her. So they get to talking in French, and they talking to the French fine doctor, and she's doing her checkup. She's like, hey, she's still like 150 degrees Fahrenheit, and we cut back to Jeremy. Jeremy, I don't know what is up with his wardrobe, but first off, clothes matter. I don't care how much face things you do. You know, you could go get this plastic surgery from Anu if you want to, but those clothes ain't gonna make it happen. You looking hopeless. Those clothes just ain't making it happen. All right. So that's first things first. But then you get to talking to a doctor, and when you're talking to the doctor, you should recognize all of the signs, all of the red flags, because when a doctor's face looks like this, you should say, if you're gonna make me look better, why haven't you transformed yourself? And that would be my first question to him, like what's going on? So long story short, they're doing more investigation. They're looking into Ruby's death. Uh, this is where I found out that her name was Ruby, and we see that hey, they're digging into her. They find out, hey, she was a loner. Her transformation basically took less than 2 months. So we cut back to Jeremy. He's now fizzled, chiseled face, and it's kind of scary for me. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of looks like when a vampire morphs into from a regular face to a vampire face character. So this doesn't look any better to me, but he got confidence. His face has changed somewhat, and he's getting recognition. Somebody just bought him a drink, the girl, so they like, hey baby, but they gonna play him because he still didn't transform enough. He didn't do what that surgery didn't do to him what he thought it was gonna do. And then they're all hyping him up. He's doing these very very cringe dancing scenes, and I'm like very cringe. Like it's you know brother needs help. He's enjoying himself. He's the life of the party for right now. He got the attention of the ladies. They just bought him a drink. So, this is something he's never experienced. So for a brief moment, he's feeling this sort of satisfaction. Now, this is all very, very, very temporary because for a moment I got afraid. I was like, "Oh shoot, man, this dude now he's in the toilet," and I flashed back to when Ruby was in the toilet. I'm like, "Oh, he about to change, start killing everybody on him." And they got me a little bit. They got me. So he get up from the toilet. He walked back out. He start talking to the detective. I mean, not the detective, but the bartender or whatnot. Bartender like, "Hey, you got this tab?" You like, "Hey, well, I paid for mine already." He be like, the bartender was like, "No, they left 20 minutes ago." He like, "What? They left?" And he like, "But I look good." Listen, this is gonna be my phrase all 2026. I don't care what I do, if I do wrong, if I do right. I'm gonna say, "But I look good." This is gonna be the expression of 2026. Okay, everybody follow that. You can have Jeremy's confidence. I look good, and so since he realized he really didn't look good, he goes back to the a plastic surgery place and he just starts killing everybody. He gets back to the doctor and like, "You lied. You told me I was going to be a Chad." After the doctor said, "Hey, this is your parents' fault. This is their genetics." So he went through with the procedure. So now he's like, "Oh man, no, you told me I was going to be this." And it's just not the case. So the doctor is just like begging for his life. And meanwhile, he's just chasing the doctor through the facility. He's shooting nurses and stuff on the scene, and the doctor just begging like, "Please, please, give me this one chance. I got something that's really going to transform it. If it doesn't work, just give me a day. Give me this hour. You'll love it. It's very expensive, but it works 100%." So Jeremy gives him this final opportunity, basically. And so he and Jeremy they go to this hotel. So after they go to this hotel, they go and they get really one of the, I would say, finest rooms. So they ask for the penthouse suite, and here is where he began to talk to Jeremy like, "Hey, this is going to happen. You got to take off your clothes. Get ready for this." Jeremy's like, "Am I going to go through another procedure?" Jeremy thinks about killing them again. Like, "Hey, this is actually a good place to die. For both of us. This is a nice room. You got us a nice penthouse. Let me just kill you. You kill me." But meanwhile, this chick walking up, stylish again, supermodelish, might I add. Got some style on her. Coming up the escalator. Doctor leaves. She enters the hotel room, and she kind of got like this death sequence dress on, like all black, and then she just started going to town on my boy. He like, "Hey, I'm a virgin. I ain't never." Then she just like, "Shut your mouth, boy. Just let me handle my business. Let me ride this pony." And he wake up, she gone. He like, "Oh man, what done happened?" So he kind of discombobulated because he just had the time of his life. But then at the same time, he kind of feeling weird. And my boy, he just like kind of sweating. He don't feel right. He just kind of, you know, can't get himself together. He getting up, he kind of passing out and everything. So he go ahead and he calls uh, the front desk, say, "Hey, can y'all send me up some water?" And a thermometer because he breaking out. You can see he's sweating. He's heavy with the sweat over here, and he drinks that water. He got a lot of water coming up, but that that water didn't do the job alone. And it comes up later. He goes into this cocoon phase. Well, I won't say cocoon phase. He goes into these contractions, and he started going like the Exorcist. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking like Exorcist repossess. People flipping. And then he gets to the cocoon phase. Then he gets to the Gremlin Magua phase. Like I said, Ryan Murphy kind of touched on a lot of different things. I don't know what he was going for here, but the first thing I thought of when I saw this was that's the Gremlins, and him coming out of his cocoon. And one thing I really, really, really admire about this transformation is this whatever happened to him, it had to be so good. Whatever this chick put on him, that when he came out of here, it it gave him like this good physique, this nice face. But shoot, it also gave him a hell of a lineup. Like he came out with a lineup. You seen this hair before. Y'all knew his hair wasn't rocking like that. And he came out with a nice haircut, trim fade. Like this gotta be some powerful stuff to make all that happen. And you wouldn't question all that, but like he don't care. He like, "Man, I got the body I want and I got everything I want. I'm the man." But you ain't like first thing I would have questioned like how my hair get cut. You know what I'm saying? I should at least have that straight jacket haircut. Either way, we flip back to Agent Mulder and Scully, and we find out that hey, from their boss, yeah, the Ruby lady was infected by the virus, which one of my friends who I was watching this with said reminded them of It Follows and Body Horror. So that's it. That's all I got for y'all. Uh, if y'all like this, uh, I'll give y'all the next one coming up. Again, this may have been everywhere because this pilot was everywhere, but it does got me. It has me hooked. I'm not gonna lie, it has me hooked, line and sinker. I'm gonna go ahead and uh, continue these. I've already watched the next two, so be on the lookout for the next two reviews. Thank you for your time and thank you for your consideration. The beauty, body horror, STD horror. I'm out.